TL Travelers, and welcome back to the TL Travel YouTube channel, or welcome if it is your first time here. Today we are talking about our thoughts on Bali. As you may or may not know, I have just returned from traveling through Bali, the Gili Islands, and spending a little bit of time in Chiang Mai, Thailand as well. So if you have not checked out those vlogs, I will link them down below so that you can take a look and see what we got up to. But at the end of all of my trips, I like to do a little bit of a summary of my thoughts on the area and what I liked and what I maybe disliked or didn't like as much. So if this is the kind of thing that you like to see, be sure to hit that like button. And if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button because we post new travel content every Thursday and Sunday and you don't want to miss it. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. So number one, and one of my favorite things about visiting the island of Bali, is just the variation of things that you can see and do and places that you can stay while you're there. Bali does a really great job of having more budget accommodations and more luxury accommodations and spas and Airbnbs and hotels and boutique hotels, and basically just anything that you want, any feel that you want from your accommodations, you can find it. There is also a huge variation of things that you can do there, everything from snorkeling and surfing and diving to volcano treks and rice terrace hikes and going biking. And it really just feels like whatever you can dream up in your head, these beautiful places, vast, beautiful waterfalls, whatever you want, you can find it there. And for the most part, it's not gonna be too far of a drive from you. Speaking of driving, my second favorite thing about the island of Bali is basically just the accessibility to different tourist sites and things like that, especially if you're staying in a hub like Ubud or Kuta. You can essentially see or do or reach whatever it is that you want to see or do or reach in just a few hours, and then be able to return back to somewhere that has all of your amenities and things like that, if that's what you're into. Having reliable cab companies like Bluebird Taxi around is also another huge plus. And then companies like Bali Cab, which is the one that we used for our big island day tour, where for about 50 Canadian dollars, you can get a driver for 10 hours to take you wherever you want, whenever you want, on your own time schedule. It's like your own personal tour, and that is $50 for the car, not per person. So if you're looking at tours, that is a great alternative. And my third favorite thing about the island of Bali is its accessibility to other islands and other locations. From Bali, not only is it easy to hop on other flights and head over to other islands or head into the mainland, but if you want to visit other islands like Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, Nusa Senegin, or the Gili Islands, even Lombok, it's so easy to just grab a fast boat or ferry over to the islands. It's relatively inexpensive and will allow you to see another side of Indonesia and another culture and a whole other vibe than you get when you are on the island of Bali. Now, as I do in every one of my Our Thoughts videos, I have talked about the pros and the things that I love, and I'm going to move on to two things that I don't love so much about this island. Now, with that said, keep in mind that Bali is one of my favorite places to visit, and I send travelers there all the time, and my travelers absolutely love it. So please do not let these two little things deter you from your visit. It's just something to keep in mind and my own opinion, because that's what this video is all about. So my first con about Bali is, and I hate to say it and I hope that this will change, but it is the garbage. At the end of the day, the garbage collection, garbage disposal situation on the island of Bali just is not that great. And there is a huge influx of tourists, which is awesome for their economy, and I'm sure that that contributes as well. But as has been pointed out to me by a lot of locals and a lot of people who have lived there for a really long time, is that a lot of people who grew up there as well and are local to the areas just don't necessarily understand how big of a problem it is, and never really grew up the way that we grew up with the whole make sure that you're recycling this and separate your recycling and your garbage and your this and that. And this is apparently they just didn't have that. Now that's what I've been told by locals themselves, but if that's not true or not true of every region, then please don't come for me, because I'm just relaying information. But I do find that the garbage situation and the litter situation and trash situation on the island and on the beaches is something that has been getting worse and worse as the years go on. And I know that there are different strategies and things that are in place to make sure that things get cleaned up and, can get cleaner. And I really hope that that's something that they manage to get under wraps in, really as soon as possible, because it is a beautiful island. And I would hate to see a little bit or a lot of it of garbage ruin that. And the second thing that I don't love so much about the island is to do with scams. Now, tourist scams are something that you are going to come across no matter where you are. European countries, Central America, Southeast Asia, they're everywhere. But I did find on this visit specifically that I was targeted a lot more than I usually am as a solo female traveler. And I'm not sure if that still has something to do with them recovering from the loss of tourism, from the volcano eruptions and things like that, that sort of deterred people from taking vacations there. And so obviously, like, money is tight, times are harder, and so people are really pushing to, not only are people more pushy for you to buy things from their shops, but they do seem a little bit less hesitant to rip you off. And if you saw my scammed in Bali video, you will know that even me, someone who is well aware of like most of the scams that go down there, yeah, even I found myself caught in a little bit of a scam situation twice actually, twice while I was there. And once I was able to get myself out of it, and the second time I really just had to like suck it up and know that ish happens. Funny tangent, I was actually in my like last office job given a little like squish head because I worked in the training department for like soft skills like communication and things like that. And it was like a little bobblehead that when you were really stressed out, you could like squeeze it and it would say, stuff happens, you choose your attitude. But like, I could live by that. But that is it for me today and my thoughts on Bali video. Again, these are my thoughts and my opinions, and I know that everybody has different thoughts and different opinions on different things and different places, and we're all welcome to that. That is the beauty of life. So if you have any input on travel in Bali, or things that you like or dislike about your visit there, or you have any questions or concerns or anything that you would like to share in a positive way with a positive attitude, I encourage you to leave them in the discussion boxes below, in the comments below, and I will check them out always. And if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button because we post new travel content every Thursday and Sunday and you won't want to miss it. So until next time, stay great, travel safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.